Hey guys, welcome back to the Second Time Lucky Mining channel. In today's video is going to be a nice and quick one. I'll show you guys how to add your KDA address onto your Flux node, in this case a Cumulus node, or updating your KDA address on your existing Flux node. If you do like the Flux content, please like the video and maybe consider subscribing to the channel. It will help me out a great deal. But enough of that, let's jump into the content. Now, the question that you might have is, why the hell do I need to go and maintain a KDA address against my Cumulus node? Because historically, there was only KDA rewards for the Nimbus and Stratus Flux node tiers. But recently that has changed. So in case you've missed the news, and I'll leave a link in the video description, but the Miners of KDA program is incentivizing all node tiers with some KDA awards. And what that means is, if you've got a Cumulus node, historically you didn't need to maintain a KDA address. And that's really what this video is about, to make sure that, number one, you maintain your KDA address against your Cumulus node, and also in case you've got a Nimbus or Stratus, you can still follow at least some parts of this video just to make sure that you've got your correct KDA address maintained against your Flux node, in case you wanted to change wallets or whatever. But enough of the details, let's jump onto the computer and I'll show you guys how to actually go ahead and do that.
Okay guys, so here we are on the computer. Now, the first step in the process is to make sure that I've got a KDA address. Now, in case you already have a KDA address, then you don't need to do this specific step. So just use the timestamps in the video to skip to the part that you go ahead and update that on your node. But for my case, I don't have one, so I'm just going to add it to my Zelcore wallet. Again, you don't necessarily have to use Zelcore, but in my case, I'm going to use it because I need it in any way to update my node, so it just makes sense to use Zelcore, at least for me for now. Now, adding KDA wallet is really easy. In Zelcore, you just go to the wallet of your choice, and again, you know, the default is Scholarship or all of these different wallets. I'm just going to use Scholarship for now, but you can use whichever one you want. I'm going to select Manage Assets, and then I'm going to add an asset. Now, a list of coins or tokens will display, and in my case, I'm going to add a KDA address, but you might even see a miner of KDA address there. But as far as I understand, it's a token on the KDA chain, so you know that should theoretically also work. So in my case, I'm just going to add KDA, and you will see I'll get a message at the top specifying KDA has been added. Let me just close this. You know, what might happen, similar to what I have here, is it might not show you anything. And the reason for that is this show zero balances. So as soon as I click that, it will now show something that's got a zero balance in my wallet. And in my case, you know, obviously I don't have any KDA in this specific wallet. So this is my KDA address. So I'll come back to this, but, you know, in case for the guys that might skip this, but you know, what's important is this specific K address. So we'll come back to that a little later, but you will need to specify the K address. So it's very important that you specify the K address. Okay, so now that we've got a KDA address, the next step in the process is to update this KDA address on our Flux node. Now, there's more than one way that you can do this. The way that I like to do it is just go on Apps here, select Flux nodes, and a list of my Flux nodes will actually come up. Now, this is the one that I specifically set up here on Contabo, so I'll just open up that. What I like to do is just go to FluxOS specifically from my Zelcore wallet. And the reason why I like doing it like this is because I'll need to sign the message in any way to log in, you know, to the node. So it's just eliminates a step. So for me, it's more of an efficiency thing. Now, what you will need to do is now log in to your node, and you can see here it's already at the right page. And what I normally do here is I just select log on with my Zel ID. It's going to ask me, you know, do I want to open this with Zelcore? Then I'll just say open with the application. Now, normally what will happen is there will be a pop-up and you will just specify your Zel ID, select sign, and it will automatically log in. But in my case, because I'm using it on the testnet, that doesn't work exactly the way that I wanted it to work. But let me skip forward to that specific step so you will see what you would normally see. Now, once you've signed the message here, so let me just close it there and close it here, you would see a message pop up like you would have seen here at the top that says you have logged in successfully. So that's important. So once you've logged in, you would see there is now an extra option on FluxOS for you for Flux Admin, and that's specifically where we are going to go. So I'm going to select Flux Admin and specify Manage Flux. And this is sort of where you would normally also go, by the way, to update Flux OS or do any updates like that. Now, what you would see here is my KDA address is blank, and what you can also see here is I'm using chain 0. So that's something to take note of. Now, the next step is really easy. I'm just going to go back to Zelcore, go back to my portfolio, go back to my wallet, and this is my scholarship wallet. Select KDA, select receive, and then I'm going to click on or select this K address here. So I'm selecting it just to make it easy for me to go ahead and copy that. So what I'm going to do is just go back to Flux OS, paste in my KDA address, and then hit update. It's going to ask me, are you sure? I'm going to say yes, update my KDA address. Basically the green button here, and then a message at the top will pop up specifying my KDA account has been adjusted. And it's really that easy to update your KDA address.
That's it for this one, guys. If you've liked the video, please like the video and maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Otherwise, if you didn't like the video, please specify in the comments what you would like me to change. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.